Okay, guys. Hopefully you've already had a chance to watch the chi-square goodness of fit test. That's a much longer one than this one that I recorded last year with my students. You'll notice that if you get to past the 25th minute, I move into the using the TI Inspire calculator, which obviously we're not using this year. So what I'm going to do is for the most part, kind of show you the mechanics of how I would do this using a calculator. If you go through the entire example in the video I showed you, you really actually don't have to use this link. Obviously, I'd highly recommend it because it is much faster to get your chi-squared test statistic. But if you wanted to use your own, just run-of-the-mill calculator, not online, then you could still find that chi-squared value. Okay, so this one was about the M&Ms. And you're going to notice that one of the pitfalls to the link that I chose, even though it is the best link I could find, it can only do 5 categories max. So don't worry, the exit ticket that has been assigned only has 4 categories. So anything that I give you in terms of like a test or a quiz or exit ticket for a grade will only have 5 or fewer categories for the goodness of fit test. So this problem about the M&M colors and the Mars claims about the percentage breakdown has 6 categories. So what I'm just going to do to make it as straightforward as possible is I'm just going to ignore the last category. So the brown category is 26. I'm just not going to input that. But in terms of what you're going to do for the exit ticket and for the test, you would be doing what I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to go to that link that I sent you. All right, you'll notice this one is not MathCracker. I'm sorry that you guys are having problems. I assume the reason MathCracker's been having problems is because they're probably getting something like 10 times the amount of traffic because of all the online classrooms going on and online learning. Okay, so first thing you want to do is type in the categories. So the categories are red, blue, orange, green, and yellow. So I'm going to type in red, blue, orange, green, and yellow. Again, as I said, we can't do the brown, but I will make sure that you have 5 or fewer categories if you're expected to do this for a grade. All right, so you click next, and then it's going to allow me to type in the observed and the expected values. So the first thing everyone should do is they're giving me the observed values, 57 for red, 79 for blue, 75 for orange, 57 for green, and 41 for yellow. Now you have options at this point. You could, if you wanted to, calculate the expected values by multiplying the total number of M&Ms, all right, 335, by each of your, excuse me, no, excuse me, one more, whew. Sorry about that. By each one of your percentages that the company is claiming, the 13%, 24%, and so on and so forth. Or you could just type in the percentages, right? It gives you options, frequencies, or proportions. Since they give me the proportions, and I already have that in the problem, I'm going to go ahead and type in proportions. So red is 13%, so 0.13. Blue is 24%, 0.24. Orange is 20%, 0.2. Green is, I didn't even look, is at 16%, so 0.16. Oh, I'm already getting into a problem here. Well, to make this easy on myself, I'm just going to do the last one because it has to add up to 100. I'm just going to go ahead and add the last two together. So yellow and brown will be 27%. Because I'll get an error message, I bet, if I don't do it. Anyways, this is going to make the numbers different, but I'm just going to show you that this is how you want to plug it in. Choose your significance level, 0.01, 0.05. You guys know that I prefer 0.05, then hit calculate. Okay, so now, here's the stuff that you need. The key thing here is you can see the expected values in parentheses. I'm highlighting it for you here. So you'll see that the majority of those match up, obviously not the last one with yellow since I used a different proportion. Then what it does is it finds the difference of those and it squares them, and then you can see that it's doing the division. Let me show you that formula. Where's that formula on your notes? It's doing this work right here in the mechanics. So you can see those numbers, the 4.154, and then all the numbers are not there. They're not correct, obviously, because I didn't use the total number of categories. But anyway, the whole point here is, even though my chi-squared value is different than what you've been looking in the notes, it's all going to be able to be use this when you have your exit ticket or your quiz and test. So this is ultimately what I would use to find my chi-squared value here at the bottom. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to do it. You can use just a regular old calculator and do the mechanics like I showed you on the slides. But I would highly recommend using this link because it is going to save you a lot of time. All right, so go ahead and watch the first video if you haven't, to get kind of the general idea of what the test looks like. This video that I just showed you was just to show you the calculations using this link as opposed to the calculator for the Inspire. So when you watch that video, again, stop around the 26th minute. That's when I move to the Inspire. All right, good luck.